today. I'm here with Carol at Tea in Downtown Littleton. If you've never been in this shop, it's like a little oasis. It just feels cozy when you come in here.
Yes.
It feels cozy. But I wanted to hear about your story, how you got started, and what made you do what you do.
Well, it's a long story, Amber, because we have been in business now 16 years.
Congratulations.
We were 5 years off of Kipling and Chatfield. We moved to this location in downtown Littleton in 2013.
Cool.
So very exciting. Best thing we ever did was move downtown. We love it here. We started out as a business plan, just an idea that was actually a class assignment for my MBA program.
Cool.
So it was just an idea and a class project, and it sat in the drawer of my desk for about 8 years, and we finally acted on it in 2008 and made our dream a reality.
Did you always love tea? What made your project start with
tea?
Yeah.
So at the time I was living in Boston, and I had a group of friends that were very international, and everyone drank tea, and there was Starbucks everywhere, and we couldn't find a place to go to have good tea. And so that is what really prompted the idea of having a shop that was actually like a Starbucks of tea.
I love it.
Traveling all over the world, you realize that tea is such an important part of so many cultures, and so many people worldwide drink tea that we as Americans need to reintroduce it into our daily routines.
I love it. It's like a ceremony, I feel, in other areas. And here
That's
it's
so
just,
true.
we get our coffee and we go.
And tea forces us to slow down.
Yes.
If you love your teapot and you love your teaware, you'll love the process of making tea. And it just becomes a relaxing, almost meditative part of your day. And you look forward to it, and you take your time and really enjoy the sensory experience.
I have a friend that got me into matcha about a year ago. And so then I slowly got the whisk, and then it's just a moment between you and your drink, and then it's almost like you have to work for it a little bit so it feels better at the end.
I love that. I love that idea. Yes, foaming the matcha and getting that little foam on the top is really the goal.
That's an art.
And matcha is really an interesting tea product because you're actually ingesting the pulverized tea leaf. So it's like a brewed cup of tea, but amplified. You're getting more antioxidants, more caffeine, more of all the good vitamins and nutrients of tea when you're having matcha.
Well, that makes me feel good.
Yeah, it should.
It's beautiful. How did it kind of transform? So it was an idea and it sat in your drawer, and now you're here. What made you pick your products and everything else?
So that's a journey in itself. I think I started that about 5 years before we actually opened.
Okay.
Because tasting tea is really the basis of any good tea shop. And so drinking tea, bringing tea in from all over the world, tasting hundreds and hundreds of samples, doing what's called a cupping, where you take a measure of tea with a unit of water and brew it for a certain time and find the tipping point where the tea is best presented.
Ooh.
And we do that for every single tea in the shop. And for every tea I choose to have in the shop, I've probably tasted 20 other teas.
Dang, that's amazing.
So it goes through a lot.
Serious. You take it really serious.
It's serious, but it's fun.
Yeah.
We take our selection very seriously, but our presentation is very fun.
I love that. I love that a lot.
Thank you.
So do you have a favorite? That's probably an impossible question.
So I get asked that every single day.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. It's kind of like saying, who's your favorite child?
Yeah, I only have one.
And it depends on the day.
Easy.
Oh, well, yours is easy. For me, it depends on the day. So, and tea is the same way.
Yeah.
Is it warm outside? Is it raining? Is it snowing? What time of day is it? Am I eating food with my tea? How much caffeine do I want?
Totally.
So tea is very kind of mood, day, time, weather oriented. Whereas I think a lot of people have a favorite go-to coffee drink.
Totally.
Tea is very different in that way.
I love that. So I actually, when I got your tea, I brewed it for my kombucha. I had
Yeah.
a cherry one. I don't remember the name, but it was cherry. It was very cherry.
Yeah, wild cherry. Probably.
Yeah, and it, oh my gosh, it's my favorite.
I
And
love
so
that.
It was cool to do
That's
that.
great. Yeah. There's all kinds of ways people can incorporate tea into their daily routine.
Yeah.
Kombucha is a great way. Using dry tea as a rub or a marinade is a great way to introduce tea.
Never thought of that.
We have a whole selection of tea cocktails, and we have 4 different ways of introducing tea into a cocktail, either as an ice cube, as a concentrate, as a simple syrup, or as a direct mix into the alcohol itself.
Cool.
So all our cocktails introduce tea. We say you get all your antioxidants while you relax.
That is really cool. I'm gonna have to pick your brain on that because I like to infuse alcohol with different flavors. So that would be really cool.
Yeah.
How cool.
It's fun. We're always trying something new and doing different things and presenting tea in a way that meets everybody where they're at.
Do you have any events here?
So we host 16 different classes all about tea.
Cool.
Some are specified like just black tea, just green tea, just matcha. We also do other classes like tea and chocolate pairing. We have a tea cocktail class. We have a personality class where you take a 20-question quiz and we tell you what tea you are.
Fun.
So we have a whole lineup of different classes that are very fun.
I'm going to have to get that scheduled from you because we do a Littleton events video. So I'll get that.
Oh, nice.
So I can put your events on there
Thank
too.
you. That'd be great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where do you get your pastries? Do you do them in-house or?
So I am a tea expert. I am not a baker. So we have an amazing French baker called La Belle. They're located over in Centennial, and they do an amazing job with all our baked goods.
That's lovely.
Ah.
So how should somebody come in and shop here or experience in tea?
So it's a lot. That's a great question because when you walk in the door, it's a lot. You look at the whole wall of tea drawers and it can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I think the best way to walk in and interact is to use our chaboshis, which is our tea experts, information and knowledge to benefit you and help you. We are specially trained to ask a series of questions that will, in essence, take our 178 teas and break it down into the 3 that are best for you on that day at that time.
That's lovely. Because like you said, it's going to change. You might come in one day and feel a different way.
Exactly.
Now you have a lot of products here too, which by the way you pick your tea, I'm guessing you pick your products the same way, carefully.
Absolutely. They have to speak to us.
I love it. So what's a fun thing, like if you were coming in here to give a tea lover a gift, what would you buy?
So I think when you're giving gifts, and you don't really know a person's profile necessarily. We have sample sets that are collections of 5 different teas grouped thematically. So we have a relaxed set for bedtime and just unwinding. We have fruity favorites. We have traditional groupings. We have international 1 tea from 5 different countries.
Cool.
So that's always a great gift because any tea lover will like that assortment and that variety.
That is very cool.
When it comes to the tea wear, I think it's important to just pick the teapot or the tea set that really speaks to you and your daily use. We have different sizes that have different footprints. So if you're using a tea brewing system on your desk, you might be choosing something that takes up less space than something you want on your kitchen counter or on your table. So we can help you navigate that as well.
So this is a personal question. When I brew my tea, I have I don't even know what they're called.
Like a tea ball or a tea infuser?
A tea infuser. And then I just boil water on my stove, pour it over. Is there a more ceremonial way to do it?
So one of the important things about water is the temperature.
Okay.
So black tea and herbal blends can handle boiling water, and that's fine. That's when your kettle is whistling and you've got the full-on boil. Green teas and white teas and lighter oolongs are very delicate. and they need a lower temperature water. So it's really important if you're making a white tea or green tea that you let the water sit for like 2 minutes after it's boiled and then brew your tea.
See, this is why you got to come to a class, because I'm sure that all
That's
of
right.
these are
That's
things
right.
that you would learn.
That's exactly right. That's what we talk about. Yeah.
There's way too many questions.
Yeah, and it's easy to take a really beautiful, high-grade, expensive tea and ruin it if you're not using the right temperature water or the right brew time.
So you've obviously traveled and enjoyed traveling abroad and having teas abroad. What was your favorite place to drink tea?
Oh my
I
gosh.
asked really.
There's so many different presentations of tea and so many different environments that you find yourself drinking tea in.
Yeah.
I think I would say that I was at a little tea shop in China, and there was a man there who spoke some English and was pouring tea gung fu style.
Okay.
And I asked him, what tea is the most healthy for us to drink? And he looked at me and he said, well, the tea you like the best, because you'll drink it the most. And I was like, of course.
That's a great answer.
So that was my most favorite tea drinking
good
experience
moment.
because it was a very kind of international exchange.
I love that.
Yes. So we're here to help people find the tea that they like the best so that they'll drink it the most.
That's really wonderful. I love that you brought that into your shop.
Yeah.
Your favorite moment. Well, is there anything else you want people to know about in tea?
Oh, I think just that my staff is highly trained, so they are very astute at helping you navigate the menu and choosing the right tea, choosing the right teapot, and taking care of our customers is our #1 priority, that every customer leaves with their expectations exceeded.
That's amazing. That's an amazing business model that you care so
Thank
much
you.
about
Thank
the
you.
experience of your customers.
We love Downtown Littleton. It's
I
a
love
great
Downtown
place to have a business.
It is. I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing this interview today.
Heck yeah. And you have to come by and experience this shop, and then you have
you.
to come in, because we're going to go right now and try to find a tea for me. Does that
Let's
sound
do it.
okay?
All right.
Thank you, Kara.
Thank you.